Hi everybody, it's November 25th, 2025. Um, Getting into the habit of conceptualization is a key part of breaking down your life into manageable chunks and trying to make them worthwhile. Conceptualization just means, in terms of figuring out parts of your life, it just means kind of getting a grasp on what those certain aspects of your life mean. Like, what are their meanings? Like, what are their functions? Uh, how do they influence you? How do they influence others around you? Those sorts of things. When you conceptualize those little chunks of life, you kind of get direction. Now, another thing that comes into play with doing this is your emotions. When you view the stuff of your life, the material of your life, your emotions are going to flare up sometimes, and that may reduce your accuracy in determining what these chunks actually are, what they actually mean, because your emotions are going to influence you to react. And when you react in a volatile way, in an unstable way, you're going to, like I just said, you're going to view those parts of life in a colored way, which may not actually be the facts of the situation. So when you are conceptualizing parts of your life, it's best to do it when you are relaxed, when you are calm and grounded, and when you know that you're not going to make any rash determinations, any rash actions when you look at the facts of your life. So that gets me to thinking about mental distance. Mental distance can be very daunting, because I remember when I was younger, picturing where I was at that point in my life and to where I wanted to be, that mental distance was vast. It was an eternity. I thought I would never reach a point in my life where I could feel satisfied and where I could feel peaceful, because to me, where I viewed my life, it was just very arduous and agonizing. And no matter how many times I tried, because even back then I would try and try and try again to climb out, nothing worked. And I found that nothing worked, and what was increasing the mental distance was because of a couple of things. First of all, I wasn't sustaining my attempts long enough. And the second thing is I was attempting to reach a very narrow view of peace, a very narrow target of success. And once I got older, I realized once I kept on trying, I had to keep on trying, and I had to come to the realization that my view at that point of success was not actually what success was. Success was more readily available than I pictured. I just envisioned something very narrow, because I had no idea that success could be so wide and so and relatively easy to achieve compared to what I thought, because I was going through so much pain. So that is to say that, in a sense, success and peace is easy to get to. And it's easy because when you change your vision, and when you separate yourself from your emotions, you allow more stuff to sift into you. It's like if you are trying to sift flour onto a pan and you have very small holes, what gets through is harder to get through. But if you shift to a bigger sift with bigger holes, more stuff gets through, and that's how you change the view of what success is, your view of what success is. And so another aspect of mental distance could be affected by loneliness. And loneliness isn't just an emotion. Loneliness is isolation. Loneliness is lack of actual relationships with actual people. And that mental distance into feeling accepted, into feeling loved, into feeling part of a community could seem vast in your mind. But even as I was going through my lonely years, I still was with my family. I was still with I still met, associates here and there. And so what you have to realize is that your family life may not be glamorous. It may not be exactly provocative, but if you have a general sense of family or friends or acquaintances, that is not isolation. You have to close that mental distance by appreciation of your relationships that you hold at the current moment. And it's not necessarily better to have more relationships or more friends, more associates. It's not necessarily better to have more, but what you do have is yours. It is yours to foster and yours to support and to care for. So isolation and loneliness, closing the mental distance in that, is realizing that your view of relationships, of friendship, of family, may not be terribly realistic to your actual relationships in your life. And so mental distance is just, in the end, it's an illusion, because first of all, your mental faculties are light speed. They are very fast. They are very close. They are very dense. If you could unlock your mind to bring you to different conclusions, and like I said in the beginning, conceptualization, there is no gap that you can't cover in your mind internally. Once you free your mind internally and you are able to imagine, you're able to break down and define in your mind, that's the first step into changing your outer. So I hope this helps. Thanks.